historic Pleasantview Acres, a beacon to our shining community where we take those pesky elders off your hands that you don't know what to do with. But we will work them, let's say, to death, building the products Pleasantview needs. Welcome, most awesome Sims 2 fans, to this special speed renovation. I will put a link down below where you can get this off of Mod The Sims. And if you're enjoying my comment, please take a moment to like and subscribe. You may be saying to yourself, where would I get such an idea? Well, let's say years and years ago when The Sims first came out, I used to like to take my elders, throw them into an old age home, much to the horror of my daughter. Then I would boolProp cheat and I would work them basically around the clock so that I could put things like kids' toys and flowers in my shops so that my other Sims could buy them because I just didn't like to play with elders. And this was all much to my daughter's horror and dismay. So I thought I would share my absolutely sick frame of mind, as she would call it, with you all. You're going to see me put the stove in this kitchen. Actually, it's already in there. And that stove is from the university. I do put a mod, and I think it's called something like Cook Everywhere mod. You're going to have to find it on your own just because I didn't go look for it during this video. But that makes the little guy, the cook, come, not just any little guy, the cook, come and cook on the lot. And this way, then, it's like a mess hall for my elders, because the going idea here that I always had way back when I used to do this was the beginning part of the entryway of the old age home is really nice. So you can come in and the family can come in and check out and see that we've got a nice little area here. I'm going to put a dining room for our Sims to eat in, a nice little area for our Sims to play in. You saw them playing darts earlier. There is an office for the person who runs this. I have a family, and they're called the Ware family. Malware is the girl who runs this facility, and she has an office here. And there's also a cute little room that people can look at on the first floor, and that's a fake room because everybody else just kind of has little, like, just very plain yucky rooms upstairs. They're not as yucky as they were 20 years ago. I used to make it like cells, and I had like a cell block that my Sims lived in. They lived in very poor conditions, even though the front was very nice. But then I thought, with this, with the age of digital stuff and all that kind of thing, not that I believe my Sims can use their phones very well because, I have parents and grandparents and things like that. And maybe they're not going to be able to take the best pictures. So nobody's going to believe them exactly that I have them working to death in a sweatshop, my elder sweatshop. I also, of course, you're going to see later that I've got all of the stuff out there for gardening and fruit trees. So, of course, they can provide the neighborhood with fruit and vegetables as well. So they get some fresh air too. I'm not just slave driving and keeping them locked up in the back room, but I figure, you're not allowed back there, so nobody's gonna believe them, but I have them locked away. So this elderly community is a lot nicer than what I would have had for them 20 years ago, and a lot of that is because, I'm worried that somebody might be able to sneak a cell phone back there and take a picture. And in 2004, when The Sims first came out, we would not have had to worry about that. So don't ask me what kind of sick mind I have, that this is my top concern, is about the pictures that my elders would take and not about the elders themselves. I guess that says a lot about me. So link in the comment. Put in the comments down below if you'd like to see some gameplay of me torturing the elders. So here I am still messing around in my kitchen, making it as cute and homey as you can for kind of more of a cafeteria style kitchen. And it's a full kitchen, so if my people want to come in and they want to do some cooking, they can, should they have time when I'm not having them work around the clock. And you're going to see me try to make this just a little bit nicer out here. I don't really spruce it up that much, and obviously the person who created this retirement home, made it very bare bones. They obviously weren't thinking, hey, let's let our elders live in luxury. So you see me here putting some curtains up, and I am going to throw a rug on the floor just to kind of spruce it up. And you saw me do the little dining hall. I did leave some tables outside so they could eat outside. I'm not sure if I'll keep that. I do end up getting rid of the love seat and putting a couch just because I do think that it looked nicer with the two couches and the rug in there. I don't know if I like the green rug as much, but then again, not everything was matchy-matchy. Any of you who listen to my other videos know how I feel about matchy-matchy, but at least we've kind of got the same kind of tones going on, some blues and greens, and, a little bit of maybe pinks going on in there, and so it's fine. It's fine. I will be fine with the colors. I mean, after all, I'm just here to kind of give the elderly a shot at making our community better. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself. So here I am. I'm making the room that people will be able to come in and see. Nobody's going to stay in here. And so one of the people who you saw in the video is going to be Mortimer Goth. So Dina, in this particular playthrough, she married him and then immediately sent him to the old age home. So she's committed him. So he's in a room upstairs. The oldies are up there. And there's another couple that comes in your bin, and I forget what their name is. I'm sorry, the unnamed elderly couple, they're also here. So if you have anybody else who you'd like to see, I think maybe I could add one more person. The elderly couple, I'm trying to think. No, I think maybe it was the oldies, had already had a little place, a little apartment in my town, and they had a cat. So they did bring a cat here, and they were allowed to keep their cat. And I thought that too, that kind of helped. It would boost morale, especially, once we get the sweatshop up and working, and I'm working on the office, Mal's office here. It's kind of small. I end up having to find like a smaller desk and that sort of thing to put back here. And you see, I kept this all front area very nice and clean and kind of, what you'd expect to see when you go into an elderly community, because, this might be the place where you'd come in and you'd be checking out this area for your elderly family before you put them in here. Or maybe you are an elder who's thinking, I'm getting a little bit on in years and I can't afford where I'm living, so this is where I'm gonna stay. Anyway, yeah, most of the time I just would have my elders just working all the time, so they really don't need a whole lot to do. I did get rid of, in the back, there was a cute little grill area, and I'm like, no, we do not need elders grilling and calling the fire company here. I felt like police and fire people we did not need around all the time. We do not need attention being drawn to us. We just want this to be a quiet, nice area. I mean, other than that the Grim Reaper visits us on occasion, because obviously the old people are elders and they die here. I did play a little bit different, so I am playing this a little tiny bit when I get bored of some of my other stuff. And I did let the elders have a little bit more time on their own. They got some free time and that sort of thing. I've let them have some once. And back here, I am just letting it be kind of like a crappy area where they can kind of come. Their knees are always low. One of the things that I didn't do as much this time around is as much of the boolProp sheet, and it was more of I am kind of playing through. I do, I guess, want to put something in here that I can cheat their needs a little tiny bit. Oh, and you see me, I got rid of the phone. I don't want them calling out for help. One of the things I did kind of feel like was that their comfort level drops quickly when they're doing these activities. So if somebody's making like a Sir Bricks-a-lot or something like that, they are standing there for a couple hours. I get it. It's uncomfortable. I'm sorry about that. But I do kind of feel like that just goes too quickly. I need them to be working. So I probably will at some point get some sort of mod
that I can use their needs just because, or I'll just boolProp it. Not that I feel like they should just be working around the clock, but that comfort need is driving me crazy. So here we are, we're upstairs. This first room, I am going to put the door that you have from university on here so that we can lock it. Also, the room next door, that's a single bedroom with an attached bathroom. I do end up putting one of those doors there because I figure if Mortimer Goth is going to end up here, he is probably paying enough money that he can have a private room.
Thinking Dina has thrown him here because she figures he's going to die here and she's going to have the Goth fortune. I'm sure she probably lied about his medical condition to get him here instead of just leaving him at home with his family. Cassandra has moved out with Don, and who's the kid? Alexander. I forget who everybody's name is. Alexander's off at college, so it's an easy time for her to throw Mortimer here. So he's got a private room, and then this particular room is big. It's got a sitting room, a bedroom, and a bathroom, and that's because the caretaker lives here. So Malware lives on location, and I just felt that that would be easier than trying to have caretakers coming and going. The Ware family, this is one of the places that they own. Anybody who listens to my content knows that I kind of always have kind of the criminal elements, to say it nicely, in my game. So the Ware family is the criminal element. Then, so this is Malware. I have spyware. And so you get where I'm going with that. Just kind of fun play on the names. And the father's name is Hard for hardware. His real name was Kevin, but his nickname is Hard. They are the criminals of the community. And so they own the Pleasantview retirement home. So anyway, that's where we're at with this. And you see me here. I'm trying to find a way to put towels and things in here, but they were just too big. So they get toilet paper and this cute little thing that you could use for in the shower. The bathroom was very small. I was like, okay, whatever. So here I am. I'm coming back upstairs with some of the wallpaper, just as I figured you'd be able to see it from downstairs. And that's an area where I felt people are going to be walking around. You probably see straight up from the lower floor onto the second floor. So I just wanted to keep it kind of congruent throughout. The one bedroom with the old-fashioned bed covering is going to be for the oldies. The one next door to that is the one that I mentioned is the other couple that's in the bin that for whatever reason their name escapes me. So I figured I'm going to do that. And so both of them have their own private bathroom. And then, oh no, I think I made the other little room here. They kind of have an attached and adjoining bathroom. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't know why in this build they didn't all have their own special private bathrooms, but I did not go in and fix it. I figured, yeah, probably maybe because my place is kind of more of a sweatshop. That's just the way that it is. And two, because we are short a sim, I could put one other elder sim in here. So I guess if somebody becomes an elder and we want to throw them in here for the sweatshop, hey, we got the room for it. Here I am. I am throwing down our nice little place to garden. Now, my grandparents love to garden. We moved to an area that had a lot of farms when I was a kid from the city, and my grandparents were so excited to be able to garden. So I didn't want to leave out the garden for my elders. And I mean, my grandparents wanted a garden, and these poor elders, I'm forcing them to garden. So here we are with me putting the garden up. I do have some video footage of Mortimer and I don't know, Coral Oldie, I think it was, out in the garden, just relaxing, having some fun. Actually, I was making them plant like I think 1,000 tomato plants at one point. Oh, and I found that cute little scarecrow, and he's so cute out, and I just thought that that looked nice. So here I am. You're going to see me kind of towards the end here. Oh, I did put an air conditioner because, again, in my game, I have the mod where the temperature does affect the Sims. It was good that I did this because
when I did just a little bit of playing. It's obviously a very hot spring. Everybody was so hot. They were all fighting to be in front of that air conditioner. So I might have to put more air conditioning units in here. I mean, I don't want anybody just dying of heat stroke. Can't get out of this that quickly. I also felt I did not like all the white. I liked it, the darker color. We're going to put a sign here, and I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of hedges and that sort of thing, just because I kind of like when the grass looks a little tiny bit unkept. That's pretty much where we're going to be. If anybody thinks I'm missing something or thinks I should add something to this build, please let me know. Oh, you saw that the carpet was sticking out of the side. I had move objects on. So I just deleted the carpet. I may go back in and add a carpet over there, but I did think that was really funny. I'm going around the building and the carpet sticking out the side. I was like, oops, my bad. Does anybody else have that kind of trouble? I just thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, so here we are. We're kind of coming down to the end. Oh, I did download. This was another funny thing. So you're going to see me here put some bushes around, some tall bushes after these cute little ones, which I think look very nice. But I needed some bushes in the corner. So I first put these cute little fat ones. I was like, I don't like them at all. So then I get these taller ones in a second. And it turns out they are the pea bushes, which is a Sims 4 to 2 conversion. And I'm like, that's cute. Here, they really work like pea bushes. And it's like, oh my gosh. So I don't know if I'm going to keep them. I mean, maybe it will be comic relief. See my Sims pea in the pea bushes. Anyway, I want to thank you very much for watching. Happy gaming, and bye-bye.